into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for
Good evening there, it's Steve-O here from the Elite FPL podcast, as you know, and it's a bit of a special podcast. It is the old me reacting live to the KOSOVO England game. I've just decided to do it because I thought I either watch it on my own lying in my bed, or I just take advantage of a live stream. And I know a lot of people on the Discord have been banging on about when's the next stream, and I just thought I might as well just do one now. And yeah, like I said, I couldn't give a damn about England. I have no interest in international football whatsoever. The only interest I have is regarding from an FPL point of view. And I'm literally just going to be sat here watching the TV in front of me, interacting with you guys while we essentially just talk all things fantasy football. This is essentially your opportunity to ask me pretty much anything you want. You know, like I said, we got 90 minutes. In fact, stuff that. We got longer than 90 minutes regarding this game. And the game has just kicked off. So there we are. We're all in time and everything. Good evening to everybody that's watching this. I have no idea what the team news is whatsoever. So do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring it up on Twitter in a second. But before I do all that, up on screen at the moment is what you all should know. If you don't have a clue what this is, then I don't know why you're even here, to be honest with you, because this is a huge, huge tournament that Daily Llama has set up. It is the Elite FPL Champions League. And up on screen right now is the wonderful video that he created for who's involved, the celebrities that are involved in the Elite FPL Champions League. And up on screen now, there we are, there we have it. I think the most prestigious one, and I completely agree with Daily Llama, the most prestigious one is the fact that, incredibly, Jules Breach is part of the Champions League, which is just blown my mind, to be honest with you. I cannot believe that Jules Breach is part of it, but fair play. Let's Talk FPL Andy is there, Darren Monday, David Monday, doing a Jason there, David Monday, Davey FPL, Az, Nymphrea, Block FPL. We got some of the guys from Who Got the Assist, FPL Penguin. The usual regulars, really. It's a unique tournament. I believe that virtually all entrants have been completed now. Don't quote me on that. Just go on the Discord and you'll find out straight away. Oh dear, and Chamberlain's gone down. That's not good. I think he'll be okay. Maybe a potential transfer I'm thinking of doing, bringing in Oxlade-Chamberlain, considering all this Salah news, maybe out for a month. Yeah, we'll go into all things FPL in a minute, but yeah, so everybody's all excited for this Elite FPL Champions League, and I do want to just say thanks to Daily Llama for setting this whole thing up. It's incredible hard work that he's put behind the scenes, and when it all kicks off and takes place, I'm sure there'll be a lot of noise surrounding this, and I'm fully aware that there has been a Elite FPL Champions League Twitter page set up, and what I'll do is I'll bring that up now, so you guys, if you want to follow it, then you'll be able to find out exactly what's going on with that. So it should be, and of course it doesn't come up. Why wouldn't it? I know he did it, so I can't bring it up, and I can't be bothered to be here all day searching for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the team news for England, because I actually have no idea what the team news is. I know Chamberlain's playing, but let's just quickly find out what the team news is, and then we can be on our merry way. But of course, as ever, there's about 500 million tweets sent out. You can't just put out one tweet. Alexander-Arnold starts, of course he does. Right, so Nick Pope in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Chilwell, Rice, Maguire, Mings, Sterling does start, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Kane starts, Winks, and Hudson-Odoi. Fantastic. So there we have it. That's up on screen at the moment, the England team news. So, yeah, there we have it. I'll be interested in how Sterling performs again. Could be one of my transfers. Jason, if you're watching, you may want to take another -4. But, yeah. Like I said, the game's on. I couldn't really give a stuff about it, but let's all see who's in the chat. Let's say hello to various people that are watching this right now, and thank you for, well, listening to me while you're either watching along or listening in your car or listening in the office, at work, whatever you're doing. Coolio 2foot's good there. Good evening. Daily Llama, welcome. FPL Penguin, VAR. Chelsea Flyer, Muaz, Martial Matters, Michael Svedlin's here. Yeah, that's a good point. FPL Penguin coming in with a prediction there of 4-1 to England. Talking of predictions, I have made a few bets. I did some bets regarding the correct scoreline, just for the sake of keeping me entertained for this particular game. Kosovo and no mugs. I think it's going to be a tight game, and I went with, and here we go right now, Kane in with a shot here, and it's come to absolutely nothing. I mean, this could be, or it will be more to the point, as England are still on the attack here. Hudson-Odoi still on the ball and he's giving it away. Brilliant. Yeah, I believe this is going to be a tight game. I went 1-0 England, 2-0 England, 2-1, 3-0 England, and 1-1. I can't see this being 7. It ain't going to be 7-0 for crying out loud. But like I said, I only did the bets for the sake of keeping me entertained. So yeah, let's continue. Robert Dinsmore here. My goodness. Welcome to the stream there, Robert. Cameron Rawcliffe. Yeah, back in chat. I don't know what on earth happened with you. And I found out that on Jason's stream, you're like 17,000th in the world or something. Which is just absurd. 17,000. That's absolutely crazy. Uncle Juicy TV's here. Welcome. Ryan Seashan. Welcome to the thing. FPL Penguin. Just mentioning the fact that blimey, Kosovo having a shot there. I just realised Nick Pope's starting. It's just hit me that Nick Pope's starting. Fantastic. Hope he does well. Hope he proves his worth, and already made a very solid save there from a very simple cross turned in from a header. But FPL Penguin making the point about us hitting 3,000 subscribers. I know that I did a members only video regarding that. It wasn't really about hitting 3,000. It was more about what I see the future as, what I see the future being for Elite FPL. And essentially, what I'm doing right now, I mean, I'm fully aware that I have no interest in this game whatsoever. This is what the future of Elite FPL is going to be. It is going to be essentially us watching the Premier League and reacting to it from an FPL perspective. I can't wait for it, and whenever that happens, I'd like to think next year. I think this time next year, once we're getting some notoriety and everything, and we're able to do these live reaction videos to matches and everything, it can only get better and better, because the future for Elite FPL is so high, and I cannot wait to be doing this. I really cannot wait to be doing live streaming through games. Now, we already do live streaming through games, but we're only listening to a radio. We're not actually watching the actual match itself. Whereas when we're able to watch the games, we're going to have an actual proper insight into actually what's going on regarding whatever Premier League team we are watching. Good evening, Taffy. Another Hoops is here. So yeah, any predictions for this game today? I've already told you what I thought. I think it's going to be a tight game. FPL Penguins going 4-1 to England. Did it end 2-1 at Wembley or wherever it was played last at home? Cameron straight away saying 3-1 to England. Chelsea Flyer 3-1. Lord Fellaini, what is this with 3-1? Kosovo and no mugs. Gravy Dave, I've been so bored, Steve. I'm going to be honest with you. I have not missed FPL whatsoever. I've missed the momentum. Like when the weekend finished this time last week, it was just like, just when you're on a winning momentum, I've moved up in the Cash Mini League up to 44th. I'm doing really well at the moment. And then just like that, it stops. It's a bit like Burnley, really. Every time an international break comes along, we always seem to win the game before it starts. And it's just like, oh, good, we can actually kick on. And then a break happens. It's absolutely typical, but, whatever. But as we all know, Jason's already done his transfers. He did a minus... What did Jason do? Can people remind me? I can't even remember now. Jason did a -4? Is that right? He did. I know he got Robertson in. He did this last week Sunday. He got Robertson in. And he also got someone else in, if someone can remember. The KPFPL was going 2-0 to England. 4-0, Coolio 2-foots. Good evening, Brew. Welcome. Ryan is saying a 5-0 to England. Cameron, FPL Kids at 2,000th. Blimey. That's crazy. That's an extraordinary rank there. What are you putting your success down to? Why do you feel you're doing so well this season? Is this the best rank you ever had? I mean, to be in the 2,000 of the world right now is absolutely ridiculous. Chelsea Flyers saying it was Robertson and Jimenez he brought in. Talking of which, captain choice without doubt, Cameron saying. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Welcome to my world. Can never get a captaincy right whatsoever. Up on screen now is I'm just bringing up the transfer page, and we've got a free kick at the moment for England. Let's see how this goes. It's a long way out, so there's going to be effort on goal here, but it definitely will be crossed in the box, and it's being picked up by the goalkeeper. Quite a comfortable pick me up there, no problem with that whatsoever. Yeah, so up on screen at the moment is my transfer page, and I genuinely was going to do this. So I was going to be doing Salah in, and then I was going to do a -4, and I was going to bring in Baldock of Sheffield United for a -4. So I would be doubling up on Sheffield United defence. And that would be it. I'll be doubling up or tripling up on Liverpool, but I'd be doubling up on their attack. Then, of course, the news comes out regarding Salah potentially being out for a month, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, right, okay. So my other thought process was actually not having Salah, but going with Sterling and captaining him versus Chelsea. That's another thought process that's going through my mind. I've got to get rid of Mendy. Mendy is a complete, absolute waste of space. And yet, ironically, owning him, talking to Sterling, he's on the ball right now. Passes it back to whoever. I don't even know who the Pleaming players are, to be honest with you. So, I just hope I win my money and win a bet. That's all I care about in this game. But when it comes to me and betting, I never win. So, I just hope Hudson-Odoi does well in this game as well, to be honest with you. And it's just being passed back and passed back, doing absolutely nothing whatsoever. So yeah, I'm thinking of doing this move: Sterling and Baldock in for Kevin De Bruyne and Mendy. The main reasonings being is that Kevin De Bruyne has done absolutely nothing over, the past 5 game weeks. Now, admittedly, to be fair, I've been told that it's come out to Sterling again. England on the attack. Sterling whips it in, and it's come to absolutely nothing. Yeah, admittedly, I found out that De Bruyne has been playing a lot more deeper, but in the last 4 game weeks, he's only produced 1 assist, which is very, very frustrating indeed. I'm somebody that kind of, after a period of time when a player isn't bringing me any returns, it's just like, right, let's just essentially bring in a new player. And I don't know why, if I can't get Salah, Sterling is, for me, next best thing. Although I'm fully aware of the irony that Sterling has done absolutely nothing. Well, he's done one better than Kevin De Bruyne by getting a goal rather than an assist. So, but Armand Dillon. My goodness, you're up early or late. Let me know what time it is where you are. Great you're on. Was been missing the streams. Say it once and I'll say it again. I haven't missed streaming whatsoever. I've been glad of the break, to be honest with you. When we do the amount of streams that me and Jason do, it does get a bit Harry Kane in, Sterling with the effort, and it's been saved. Yeah, when you do the amount of streams me and Jason do, it does take a toll on your body and everything, and I've just been glad of the rest. And by pure coincidence, I've had a week off work as well, so I haven't needed to able to do anything. And like I said, the only reason I'm doing this stream right now is because if I don't do it now, then I'd never ever do it at all until next week, Thursday, with Jason when we do our preview. Like I said, I'm just taking advantage of the fact that there's actually football on TV. It's England. Alexander whips it in. It comes to absolutely nothing. Shall we get rid of him? Man, dinner actually at 10:45 p.m. Richarlison, Maddison or Martial, who to go for? Well, Maddison's been ruled out by England. What that means for Leicester, no idea. But of those 3 options, I mean, I could be biased and say Martial because I own him, but a lot of talk about Richarlison. Another hoops though, talking of Richarlison, saying, I hope Richarlison doesn't come back fatigued. He's my transfer and going to be my captain this week. Of course, I believe he's playing. He will be. He's up against Southampton. Is that right? A gravy day. Rodri's back now, so that means that he will do well this weekend. I'm assuming you mean Kevin De Bruyne. Our man Dylan saying, Son for Mane. I should be asking you that question, considering you're the one that's doing so well in the Cash Mini League at the moment. Where are you, 7th? I know you've dropped. You're kind of like switching between 4th and 7th each specific game week. Taffy's saying Steve-O's having 3.7 in the bank a problem. No, not really. I don't think it is. I think that having money in the bank is always a good thing, especially if you're doing all right in this season, particularly with so many budget options performing so well. Having 3.7 in the bank is really, really good, because that means that you'll be able to upgrade to a premium player if and when they start performing. Armand Dillon saying, I have my wild card and planning to use it for game week 14. Nice. Very, very nice indeed. And then another Hoops making the point that Richarlison is going to be my 1 week punt. Moaz saying that he's got 4.6 in the bank. 4.6 in the bank. Wow. I mean, I've got, even with that team there up in front of you, it's got 0.3. I'm assuming with the fact that you've got 4.6, 3.2, whatever high numbers of money in the bank, it means that you haven't got any premium players whatsoever. Why do I feel this game's going to end 0-0? Why don't I go with 0-0 as a draw rather than 1-1? Useless. The question for you lot, though, is, have you missed the Premier League, or have you been grateful of the break? That's the question for you lot. Lord Fellaini saying Jason got Robertson and he might be injured for the next game week. I feel it's an international break injury. I don't think he's going to be out at all for Liverpool's next game up against Crystal Palace. Ayan, is Gazziniga a good option with Lloris injury? Yes. He's a 4.4? He may have gone up to 4.5 now. Let's just see if... 4.5. 4.5, plays for Tottenham, albeit they barely keep any clean sheets. But we saw the other day with the amount of save points that Gazziniga had against Liverpool as an example. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. I think most budget goalkeepers, unfortunately... So if we look at goalkeepers at the moment, they're like 4.6. So Matt Ryan, as an example, the top scoring goalkeeper, he's at 4.7. Ramsdale 4.6. Henderson 4.7. Foster 4.8. Nick Pope 4.7. These are all players that play for really, really, let's be honest here, mid to lower half table teams, if not relegation fighting teams. And yet, you know, ironically, they're the ones that are performing this season, whereas the premium goalkeepers don't seem to be getting the clean sheets, annoyingly. Hence why the majority of us have got such cheap defensive backline, i.e. like me, Rico, Lundstrom, Soyuncu, even though Soyuncu plays for a top 6 team as it stands right now. Azar saying, oh my, it feels so long since I've been on this stream. When was the last time you were on this stream? That's the question. Another Hoops making a point there. Steve, if I was you, I'd keep Kevin De Bruyne if you don't go to Salah and just upgrade Mendy. Well, just upgrade Mendy. I'm personally just waiting on Salah news. If Salah is basically past fit, I think I'm just going to do the switch. I think getting on the Liverpool double up of Salah and Mane right now is just too good to look at. And the play switched out to Raheem Sterling. And it's gone through, but nothing's come about that whatsoever. Typical. Another Hoops making the point that he's actually enjoying the break. Yeah, I don't blame you whatsoever. Like I said, I was on a bit of a momentum at the moment. If I could quickly show the Cash Mini League. where finally moved up some places, up to 44th. Is it 44th? I'm sure it is. Yeah, 44th in the Kashmir League. It's so tight. Well, I say it's so tight. The guys in the top 4 are absolutely destroying it at the moment. Stuck in the middle of regular contributors in Clement LaRue and FPL Penguin on 662 points. Of course, the top 4 absolutely just incredible. Marlon Moore, for example, 2,832 in the world. KOSOVO of a corner here. Let's see what comes about of this. Probably nothing. Like I say, I hope Nick Pope keeps a clean sheet. That's the main thing. And KOSOVO just setting up to take the corner, and he whips it in, and it's come to absolutely nothing. What a surprise. England clear the ball. KOSOVO back on the attack again, pulls through, and it's headed away quite comfortably. Yeah, it's gone out of play for a throwing. Yeah, like I said, Marlon Moore is just, I say he's dominating the league. He's not quite dominating it as much as he was, but I think he's, 10 points clear at the top at the moment? 9 points clear at the top. Just crazy. And of course, regular contributor Charlie Hayne then 4th, 727 points, 23,000th in the world. Of course, that Delafeu pick. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Another hoops. This season is more relaxing in my opinion because we have so many good value players. Shot coming in there. Nick Pope comfortably clears up. Trent Alexander-Arnold on the ball. Tries to get it to Sterling and it comes to absolutely nothing. KOSOVO with it. That's come to absolutely nothing. Yeah, so this season is more relaxing in my opinion because we have so many good value players. There is no stress about rushing to get players in and missing out on 0.1 now. Exactly. Gravy Dave, who do you reckon the next bandwagon, train, whatever you want to call it, will be? He's thinking Zaha. Yeah, I know the guys, James specifically from Planet FPL has been banging the drum about Zaha because of their fixtures. I was thinking of jumping on defensively for Zaha, for Crystal Palace, because defensively they're no mugs. I mean, of late they've been conceding, but let's look at their fixtures. Okay, Liverpool at home next. Hudson-Odoi could get to this, and he just... Did that go out? We kept it in, but it's come to nothing. 4-0, 5-0, some people are saying. Penguin, 4-1. It's got 0-0 written all over it. Or just like a lapse in concentration from one of the teams, and it will end 1-0. Blimey. Thankfully, I've got that down. It's one of my scores, but I can't see anybody scoring in this game whatsoever. Like I said, maybe one goal. Yeah, back to Crystal Palace, and essentially between game week 14 and 21 is when their fixtures really do pick up. But Zaha this season has produced 2 assists, and one of them was against Norwich and the other was against Arsenal. I would have expected from Zaha, albeit his head. Sterling out to Kane. Kane heads it back in, but it's come to nothing again. It's cleared by KOSOVO. Surprised Harry Kane's actually starting tonight. I'd have thought he'd be given a rest after his hat-trick the other day. Maybe play Abraham. Give him his first start, maybe. What I maybe would have done. But yeah, certainly in some of these fixtures, albeit Everton he played only 25 minutes, but Sheffield United, Aston Villa, Wolves. It's an interesting one. How much is he? Sorry. 6.7. Question is, who would you bring him in for? Would you switch your formation to a 3-5-2 and have and get rid of Dendoncker as an example, and have Zaha in there instead? It's an interesting one. It's on a ITV1, the actual specific channel. The game's on, so if you want to watch the game and listening to me talking all things fantasy football while watching the game, then by all means it's on ITV1 right now, live. That's Kosovo versus England. Cathal Dugan saying, Cathal Dugan, you're a regular last year, I'm sure you were. Let me know. I recognise the name. I can't think. Evening the Don. Can't think where I recognise your name. I'm sure you're a regular, or you were certainly a regular. But you were saying you're thinking of Palace or Villa assets soon. Let's look at Aston Villa assets, shall we? Or Aston Villa fixtures. I mean, Newcastle at home is a solid fixture. Sorry, a bit of action going on there. The ball's whipped out to Sterling again. Everything. Yeah, so back to Aston Villa's fixtures. Newcastle at home is solid enough. You can see that being... I always predict any game with Newcastle involved. Hudson-Odoi coming in. Trying to dribble past about 500,000 people. He gets a shot in and it's saved comfortably. Fair play to Hudson-Odoi there. I always expect any Newcastle game to be 0-0. Man United away. Chelsea away. Don't expect Aston Villa to be doing anything there. Then Leicester at home. That's a very, very, very difficult fixture. But then game week 17 up to 20. Sheffield United, Southampton, Norwich and Watford. Maybe then looking at. So we've got quite a few, four game weeks before we even consider looking at Aston Villa. Maybe look at them back then. Nick Hill saying, get rid of Liverpool triple up before game week 18. I certainly think maybe if you've got a triple up, so let's just take me as an example. If I was to have Salah, Mane and Trent Alexander-Arnold, which seems to be the more popular. Kane in here with an effort? No, comes to nothing again. Very tight space, but come to nothing. Yeah, I would, depending on my bench, and depends on what game week 18 looks like. I mean, let's have a look at game week 18, shall we? So, game week 18. So, I personally, on my subs bench, I'd have more than likely a Sheffield United. Me personally, I'm probably just going to bench my Liverpool assets, to be honest with you. And Winks is in and he scored. Harry Winks has just scored. Well, there's the one goal, a lapse of concentration, and it's happened. Harry Winks. There we are. Just stay 1-0, please. Well, get me one more goal, I'll be happy with that. Wow. Harry Winks has got a bit of what's his face? I've forgotten his name. Someone remind me. The guy, have I forgotten his name? Regular contributor to the show. Oh, Oxlade-Chamberlain with the assist. Jack Gleeson. I was thinking Jack Grealish. Jack Gleeson. Harry Winks has got a bit of Jack Gleeson about his look. But yeah, I mean, there's no real fixtures that stand out in game week 18 where I'd be thinking, oh my God, why don't I have that player? I mean, Man City at home to Leicester, that's a huge game on Saturday evening. Spurs versus Chelsea isn't particularly... It's an appetising game, but from an FPL perspective, who are you going to pick from? And the majority of us own triple Chelsea anyway. Not really that many enticing fixtures, so I'd probably bench them personally. That's what I would probably do if I had the Liverpool triple up. Coolio Two-Foots is saying if Pogba is back by game week 18, wasn't it Jason that said he's never ever going to come back? Martial is my captain. Thanks for that. Caffel Dugan. I only started watching near the end of last year. Well, so really you've been watching us since day one. So really you are one of the hardcore Elite FPL followers. Coolio Two-Foots, just a quick reminder, my bets were 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 3-0 England, and then I've gone in with a sneaky draw of 1-1. But when it comes to betting, like I've already stated 1,000 times, I never win. I've only done these bets because it just keeps me entertained throughout a match, which I genuinely have no specific interest in whatsoever. Youssef making a point about Wolves. Yeah, I think from Wolves' perspective, I think certainly jumping on Jimenez makes complete logical sense. In goal scoring form at the moment, seems to be performing very, very well. Back to his best, back to last year. Shall we say, the way he was performing. A lot of people are saying about Jota. Seems to be performing really, really well, just not getting the returns required from an FPL perspective. Maybe he could be the bandwagon. If we all remember last year, Jota, a player which did really badly in the first half of the season, but then when it came to the second half, absolutely dominated. So maybe you could jump onto the bandwagon now, but Bournemouth away, Sheffield United at home, West Ham United away, Brighton away. Not the greatest of fixtures, but at the end of the day, it's a case of can you see Wolves scoring in these specific fixtures. We've come up to the 35-minute mark. It's still, it's 1-0 to England. Harry Winks with the goal. Oxlade-Chamberlain with the assist. In fact, here's a question for you lot. Is Oxlade-Chamberlain worth a look at if Salah is actually ruled out? Would you get Oxlade-Chamberlain if Salah was ruled out? Lippman making the point. Jota was listed as a midfielder last year and played as a forward, hence he was a good... Yeah, no, that's true. That's very true. Coolio Two-Foot straight away saying that Oxlade-Chamberlain would be a waste of a midfield spot. I mean, it's 6.2. He's in form at the moment. I'm trying to think now. He scored what? 2 or 3 goals in the last 4 games, including for England. Liverpool in the Champions League, of course. What did he do in the Man City game? thought he did something in that game. Maybe not. You know, certainly worth a potential punt, especially if you got, I don't know, if you got the money to get rid of Cantwell and bring in Oxlade. Certainly, but doesn't even Kuniatou was saying that he doesn't even think he would start over Origi or Shaqiri. I don't know about that. Don't know. I think Klopp seems to be liking what the Ox is doing at the moment. Yeah, Daily Llama, I think at a punt at 6 million, I think for a player that plays for Liverpool, free scoring team, I think for 6 million, if you can upgrade from Cantwell to the Ox, I think certainly. Evening Greasy Trumpet. Sheridan, Mackenzie, Rashford is in good form. Don't miss out. He keeps scoring. It's just his price, though, isn't it? Let's just quickly bring up Rashford. 8.6. He is in very good form. Their fixtures are, Sheffield United away. I'm predicting 1-0 either way. 0-0. United just can't seem to score. That's United's issue. Aston Villa at home again. It's a bit like with Newcastle. I always seem to predict 0-0 with their games. With Man United, I seem to predict 1-0 to United every single game. Yeah, I wouldn't be doubling up on Man United whatsoever. Not when you've got Martial. I think Martial's the better option. But who are you going to bring in Rashford for? I mean, people complaining about me saying potentially having having Oxlade-Chamberlain in the team for a potential fifth midfielder spot as a punt if Salah is ruled out, but only ahead of, say, like Dendoncker, Cantwell or something like that, if you've got the funds. But I wouldn't be bringing in Rashford ahead of Vardy, Jimenez or Abraham. Not at 8.6. No chance. Absolutely no chance whatsoever. Wow, Greasy Trumpet. I completed a 94.7 kilometre cycle race today in 42 degrees Celsius weather. It's ripped my skin tone. That's crazy. Wow, that's absolutely mad. Well done to you for completing that. Did you win? That's the main thing. Representing Elite FPL there, did you win? I wonder if Jason could come up with a cycling lycra with the Elite FPL logo for you to wear. Maybe we could sponsor you. We wouldn't pay you anything, but you could just wear the lycra. Evening, Leozzie. Welcome. Hope you've had a nice international break. Yeah, I've enjoyed being away from FPL, to be honest with you. This is the first time I'm back. I'm just doing this because I'm bored and I've got the game on in front of me. I have no interest in England whatsoever, but it's just nice to do a live stream while the game's on. I keep banging on about this. This is the future of Elite FPL, but it'll be Premier League football that I'll be watching rather than international football. I have no interest in. What was the question there? There was something that I've just seen. Martial matters. Would you bring in Baldock or Cinch if you didn't have them? Yes. Yes, I would. Leozzie asking, any early transfers? Yes, my original plan was to do a -4, get rid of De Bruyne and Mendy and bring in Salah, and talking of Baldock, bringing in Baldock. So I'll just put it up on screen for people to look at because I know what it's like. People love to see what's on the screen. So Salah in for Kevin De Bruyne. KOSOVO on the attack here. Switched out to the right. The shot comes in, goes way over the bar. Absolutely hopeless. So Salah in, and then get rid of Mendy, which is already gone, and bring in Baldock. I was hoping I'd have enough money to get in Stevens, actually, but unfortunately not. And yeah, double up on Sheffield United defence, essentially, because I think that at home it could be worth doing a double up Sheffield United. I'm even seriously thinking when what's his face Henderson is available, so in game week 14 may even actually go with Henderson over Matt Ryan, but unfortunately due to funds. Another option as well I was thinking of, Lee, was Sterling. If Salah's officially ruled out for, the rumours are suggesting a month, but I don't believe it. I'm thinking of bringing in Sterling, but it's a difficult one. But if I did bring in Sterling, I would definitely be captaining him against Chelsea for sure. I have this gut feeling that Man City may run riot against Chelsea. There we are. There's that word, Daily Llama. Words. Oh, here we are. Hudson-Odoi on the attack here, and it's come to... God's sake. I'm getting annoyed at something I don't care about. Jesus. Greasy trumpet. Really? 24,000 cyclists took part in this race. Where is this? Sorry, where in the world is this? I definitely didn't win, but will be more than happy to represent the best YouTube channel out there. Thank you for the kind words there. England have a corner at the moment. I wonder what this will come to. I've been laughing at people saying 4-0, and it's the one... Oh no, Kosovo, sorry, have a corner. And it's whipped in, and it couldn't even beat the first man, and it's come to nothing. Oh, he tries to put it through, and Sterling is just, yeah, well done. Now it goes out for a goal kick. 24,000 cyclists, though. That's absolutely nuts. Nikhil, is Winston Reid going to find a way into the West Ham defence soon? No idea. Absolutely no idea. Delhi Energy. Bless up, Steve-O, as us Jamaicans would say. Are you actually in Jamaica watching this? I mean, that's mad. If you're actually in Jamaica watching this, that's absolutely crazy. I can't get my head around that. Why on earth you'd want to be watching this? I mean, let alone not only watching me, but the fact that you may have the England game on and listening to me with this tripe. Because it is, let's be honest here, this game has been absolute tripe. Everything seems to be going through Sterling. Everything's always being played out to the right to Sterling, and nothing seems to come about. Oxlade-Chamberlain on the ball at the moment. Anyway, Lee Ozzy saying that Liverpool midfield double up, nice attacking move, will be a nice feeling watching the Liverpool games without having cover. Yeah, but the problem is that, and that's half time. There we are, half time to an extremely boring match. This joke is going to mean nothing unless you're a Simpsons fan, but boring. Yeah. Martial Matters, make the Baldock move today as he's likely to. I'm really not fussed. I may even go into the game week 13 with a free transfer for game week 14 where I have two. There may be a possibility in that, to be honest with you, because I'm not really desperate to do any transfers, to be honest with you. Leo Ozzy making the point, there's nothing worse than not wishing a Salah or Mane goal. You'll have both. Yeah, but I won't have Man City. That's the issue. Martial Matters, I'm in Morocco and I'm watching this. My God. Greasy Trumpet, this is the biggest cycle challenge in South Africa, Johannesburg. Such a vibe. Thousands of supporters too near where Davey FPL stays. Wow. Did you say hello to him as you rode past? You're doing rubbish. Vanessa, is this your team? Yes, it is. This is my team at the moment. Chelsea Flyer making the point you can't have them all. No, exactly. No one can have all these the players that we want. But let's just bring up a team for, I say for Gameweek 13. It doesn't even matter, to be honest with you. This is the bus team that was already set for... yeah, there we have it. And this is probably what I'd do anyway. Although, there'd be a potential consideration of maybe playing Mendy ahead of Pulisic. And there's a possibility in that. And maybe going 4-3-3. So it would look something like this. A possibility of doing that. All depending on if Pulisic is past fit or not. But overall, yeah, that would be my team as it stands. You know what? Possibly captain De Bruyne for that particular game. Just to let people know as well, a heads up. And we do have a Monday night kickoff. Aston Villa, Newcastle. Jesus, I can't think of anything more entertaining. Just to let people know that on Saturday, I'm assuming Jason will be able to as well, but definitely I can. We will be doing Saturday FPL live from 3 o'clock. So this Saturday coming, there will be Saturday FPL live with myself for definite. Jason, I would like to think there's a 75 to 85% chance that he could do it. The games on at 3 o'clock are Arsenal, Southampton, Bournemouth, Wolves, Brighton, Leicester, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Everton, Norwich, Watford, Burnley. And then I'll more than likely, Jason may as well, I don't know. Obviously, we'll confirm all of this nearer the time, but we'll definitely be covering the Man City-Chelsea game. And you never know, I may have Sterling as my captain in that game. Who knows? Greasy Trumpy, that's got to be the worst Monday night game I'll have ever seen in a while. Yeah. Absolutely trash. Lippman making a point. I'm benching Mason Mount and playing Richarlison and captain. Let's just bring in evening, Charlie. Lee Ozzy making a point. There is quite a lot of games at 3 o'clock, and it'd be the first actual weekend where I'll actually be able to cover more than 2 games at 3 o'clock. Every time I seem to do a Saturday FPL live, I will get that right one day. Saturday FPL live. I always seem to cover about 3 or 4 games at 3 o'clock. That's it. Whereas Jason gets all the like 500,000 of them. But yeah, this particular game we've got 6, which is cool. And of course, West Ham versus Spurs is the 12:30 kickoff, which is cool and everything. But no, like I say, up on screen at the moment is my team. But I think more importantly, as I always keep banging on about, it's the transfers and whatnot. And my slight, I say it's a dilemma, it's not exactly a dilemma, is it? But what I will do is I'll just quickly alert you again, for people that don't know, good old Daily Llama, if I bring it up now, the Champions League tournament that the Daily Llama has kindly set up for us here at the moment, with various popular members of the FPL community, as you can see there, that are participating in this. It's all been announced. It was announced on the other day. I can't remember specifically what day it was, a couple of days ago. But I think it was Friday, maybe. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. The point being is that there are various FPL celebrities. In fact, there we are, introducing our celeb lineup for the Elite Champions League. Thank you to all the mods and Elite FPL for helping me make this happen. No, thank you, Daily Llama, for setting it up. Like I mentioned before, Az from Fantasy Football Scout, along with David Monday, is in there. Jules Breach, still can't get my head around that. FPL Penguin, who got the assist guys are in there. FPL Nymphria, Block FPL, Let's Talk FPL. Andy, of course, is in there. Davey FPL. The FPL Cougars are part of it as well. So yeah, I believe the entrants are closed. It is all up. All the information's up in Discord, so I'm assuming you're all part of the Discord. Blimey, if you're not part of the Discord, then I'll be shocked. But if you go to the Discord channel and in the poll vote section on the left-hand side, essentially, to try and participate in it, you just have to vote for number 1 to be involved. And then your name gets put into a hat, I believe. I can't remember now. And then you'll be picked out. But however it works out to be, it's just going to be a wonderful, wonderful tournament that the Daily Llama is going to be putting a lot of time and effort in to something which is very dear to his heart, so to speak. But no, I'm going to be fascinated by it. When it all actually kicks off and stuff, that's when I'm going to take a bit more interest in it. It would be, I'm not going to lie, it would be absolutely fascinating if one of these big names actually tweeted about it. It would be quite impressive if one of the big boys or girls actually tweeted properly about it. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely fantastic. I think it'd be a right giggle. I know a lot of you are all and there we are, Daily Llama saying that. Cool. So Daily Llama just clarifying, you are right, mate. If more entries enter, then we will fairly draw who is in. Paulie, I just refer you to Daily Llama. I'm sure Daily Llama will be more than happy to answer that question. Who do I think will win the Champions League thing? I've no idea, to be honest. It could be anybody. Is it, Llama, apologies for this, but is it a head-to-head? Is that how it's going to be working? Is it a head-to-head league? I'm assuming it is. I can't see it being anything but, because obviously it's a group stages and everything, so it's got to be a head-to-head. Yeah, it is. So it is a head-to-head league. Fantastic. I might actually do well at this. Because I seem to do all right on the points front. It's just as an overall points totaling. 10 head-to-heads in the groups and all the way to the final. Fantastic. Nikhil, is Firmino worth a shout? Unfortunately not. I don't think he is. I don't think he's done anything over the last God knows how long. Well, the Don, if you want to be part of this, then all you got to do is get part of the Discord. There's no point in proclaiming if you're going to be put into this. It's all here. The information's all there. Just get into our Discord, which I'd like to think you're part of, and just put your vote in. And if your name's pulled out, there we are. You can prove that you always do well. One Rovers vlogger, Charlie, saying, I can't wait for this head-to-head, even though I'm doing awful in the normal head-to-head. I would bring it up, Daily Llama, but unfortunately the Discord won't be coming up on, as I will prove right now. In about 6 seconds. Yeah, it won't come up for some stupid reason. I have no idea why. Oh, by the way, everybody, I'm actually on new internet at the moment. Well, there's no at the moment at all. It's a fact. This is the internet that I'm on. So any feedback would be grateful. But I'm assuming everything's fine because I haven't seen anybody complaining like everybody normally does. Thoughts on Littman asking thoughts on Richarlison as captain. Well, again, let's just quickly bring him up. I'm sure it's... What do we call it? Southampton next, isn't it? Oh, it's Norwich. Why do I keep thinking it's Southampton? Jesus, look at the state of them fixtures. Wow. Leicester, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man U and Arsenal. Good God. That is horrid. After Norwich, they have to beat Norwich. End of discussion. Everton have to beat Norwich. Because if they don't, that next set of 5 fixtures is awful. But in answer to your question, Richarlison at home to Norwich. Again, it's the classic line. It depends on the rest of your team. As a punt, is it worth it? Yes. Go for it. Stuff it. Go for it. Why not? It's a 1 week punt. Go for it. I mean, Darren Walsh making the point there that Richarlison always flatters to deceive. Completely agree. If you go to the Elite threads, Samuel Collison, can I have a shout out to my mate Hammy? Hello, Hammy. Greasy Trumpet making an amusing point there. It's got to be Pookie captain next. Yeah, exactly. Well, we're about to kick off the second half of Kosovo versus England. Of course, England are now winning. They are winning 1-0 thanks to good old Harry Winks there, an Oxlade-Chamberlain assist. The game has been absolutely pants. The only interest that I have is based on my bets of correct scoreline. Darren Walsh saying, I'm joining Discord soon and I'm coming on live. It's time that I have my say. Well, a lot of people always say how they want to join on Discord, how they want to come live on air, and then when they come live on air, they get all shy and they barely say anything. So hopefully, Darren, you live up to your word, because you get a lot of people saying it, but whenever they come live on air, they give you absolutely nothing. So you're more than welcome to come live on air whenever you come onto the Discord. And I'll be more than happy to speak to you whenever you decide to join on the Discord. The Don asking, if money wasn't an issue, would you get Sterling or Kevin De Bruyne? Oh, that's a tough question. Sterling through thier. Sterling through thier. Charlie, has anybody realised Trent has been awful for England over the international break? No comment because I don't watch it other than now. Yeah, Nikhil saying, watch Callum Wilson of the season of his life now that I've transferred him out. Of course. The Don making the point. Callum Wilson's a troll. I hate the guy. Paulie mentioning the point to Darren there. Just make sure that you can get your mic working, unlike me. Yeah, unfortunately. We'd love to get you on, Paulie. Just get that mic working. I think it is something very, very basic when it comes to a lot of people and their mic issues. I think it is quite literally just a click of the button. I mean, I'm no expert in any of this, but here we go then. What do you reckon the score's going to be? Let's get some interaction. Ryan Seashan, what do you think of Sterling captain for Gameweek 13? The simple answer is, watch the screen. That's all I'll answer it with. What do you reckon the score's going to be then, everybody? It's 1-0 England at the moment. What do you think it's going to end as? To me, I'd love it just to end now. 1-0. Rahit saying that England will win 2-0. 3-1 Romello. 3-1. What on earth sees you seen anybody scoring another 3 goals in this? Ryan Season's still saying 4-0. Wow. Coolio 2-foots, can we go on air through the phone mobile app? Yeah, I've done it myself. I've actually done that myself. I went on live on the Discord through the app on my mobile phone. So yes, it should be. Samir saying it will end 3-1. Gravy Dave, I'm going to captain Mane until Vardy plays Norwich. And when is that going to be happening? Let's find out. When is Vardy up against Norwich? December the 14th, which is on a Saturday. So that's game week 17. And Mane, up until that point, you're saying that you're... Oh, wow. Crystal Palace, Brighton, Everton, Bournemouth. So do you think that Mane is going to do well against Crystal Palace? Do you, Gravy? Chelsea Flyer making the point that everybody seems to be captaining players who are against Norwich. Well, we did that last year, if you remember, against anybody playing Huddersfield or Fulham. If Huddersfield or Fulham were away from home, and if you captained a player against them, you would get a double-digit return, basically. In fact, wasn't there a time when quite literally they worked out that if you captained a player against Huddersfield alone, each week that the player that got the highest points that game week was playing Huddersfield? Well, England have got a free kick in a dangerous position here. And will Trent Alexander-Arnold take it? Will he get an assist? Can't quite make out who the other player is. What great commentary that is. Observation there. So will Charlie be eating his words? Will Trent Alexander-Arnold get an assist as he comes up and steps up for this free kick in a dangerous position? He sends it in and it's gone through. It's a dangerous whipped in cross, but the keeper collects it, throws it out, and it's come to absolutely nothing. And ooh, KOSOVO player nicks off one of the England ones. KOSOVO now on the attack. Sent ball over, and no, the ball is kept in play. KOSOVO still attack the ball, put in, attack with a header. It's in the penalty area, England's penalty area. The ball whipped in again. Oh, and it's been completely miskicked by Oxlade-Chamberlain. It's gone out for a KOSOVO corner. Blimey, this is the most action we've seen for the last, including the first half, 48 minutes or so. So a KOSOVO free kick. Just making sure that the ball is on the edge of the corner. And the ball's whipped in. And oh, nothing. Comes to absolutely nothing. FPL Penguin. I'm tempted to double up on Liverpool defenders soon. Well, as my direct rival, you go for it, my friend. Rahit, what do you think of Bellerin as a 2-week punt before doubling up on Sheffield after that? Right, well, let's just quickly look over at Arsenal because I've just answered my own point there, or your point. It's Arsenal. Let's just see their next 2 fixtures. Oh, Southampton and Norwich. How much is he? 5.4. If you want to do it, this is the best time to do it, is all I'd say. Southampton, Norwich, Brighton. Yeah. Why not? Why not? For 5.4, worth it. Ryan Seashan asking, I'm in a bit of a conundrum. If you were to choose between Martial or Jimenez, who would you pick for the December period? So Martial, Jimenez. Well, I have both. So, well, they're both. I'd like to think they're both guaranteed to start over the Christmas period. Christmas period. Let's just say from literally. Let's just say between the 15th, so game week 17, up to Sunday the 29th. Jimenez's fixtures: Tottenham, Norwich, Man City, Liverpool. They're awful fixtures. I know Wolves like to counter-attack and everything, and they play better against the big teams, but they are horrid. So Martial, his fixtures. Oh, beautiful. Man United's fixtures between game week 17 up to 20. Everton, Watford, Newcastle, Burnley. Oh, Martial all day. Based on fixtures. Absolutely. Cheers, Daily Llama. He's just making a final point that... get registration in for the Elite FPL Champions League. KOSOVO in for the attack here, and good challenge in there. FPL Penguin asking, what do you think of Traore as a good differential? It's the fact he's 5.2. And you'd have to play him in a 3-5-2 formation, because I don't think he's worth bringing in ahead of various other midfielders that are performing so well at the moment this season. So KOSOVO have a corner at the moment. It's thrown in, a free header, and it's come to absolutely nothing. Didn't even get it on target. In fact, if anything, nearly went out for a throwing. That's how far wide it went, but Harry Winks put it out for a corner. So KOSOVO have another corner. Let's see what this comes to. Probably absolutely nothing. And it's whipped in. And Sterling throws it out. And it's, oh no. KOSOVO back on the attack. Pulled out right. Quick kick in, but no, nothing. KOSOVO are still out on the right of midfield. Can he put the ball in? No, it's pulled out wide left. And it's come to absolutely nothing. And now England can just... And it's completely booted upfield. And now it can all go back to normal. Yeah, Gravy Dave just making the point. Traore is an amazing fifth midfielder if you can stretch for it. Yes, he is. He is, but... Youssef saying, I would rather choose Matinho or Neves over Traore. Really? I don't know. Traore's been doing really, really well. Paul Wickett, good evening. Welcome to this KOSOVO versus England stream. I hope you are all enjoying it. KOSOVO puts in a... Oh, here we go. Sterling on the attack. And it's come to nothing. A nice little tackle there. And Sterling's got it back, and now it's just been fouled, and now England have a free kick on the left. It's about 15 yards outside of the KOSOVO box, just on the left. I wonder who's going to be taking this free kick. Yes, they do, Paul, although I'm quite happy that there's been a bit of a break. To be honest, Harry Winks will be taking this free kick. Like I said, it's going to be whipped in. Let's see if England can do something with this. Harry Winks puts it in, and it's completely gone over everybody and out for a goal kick. Coolio Two Foots, drink every time Steve-O says it's come to absolutely no. It seems, yeah, because that's what everything seems to be. Every time England or KOSOVO seem to do anything, it comes to absolutely nothing. Another Hoops making a point that Neves, if you were to bring in Neves, he is 1 yellow card away from a 1-match ban. The Don making a point here. I'm going to use my triple captain when I make it to the final of the Champions League. The possibility that I could do what I did last year, even though ironically it didn't actually pay off, but I didn't use my triple captaincy until the last game week of the season, and the story goes that I put it on Vardy because they were a free scoring team up against a Chelsea team that just didn't want to do anything. And I thought Vardy's got to score at least once in this particular game, and it ended up him doing absolutely nothing in a 0-0 draw. When there was something about a goalkeeper there. Another Hoop saying, going forward, Pope or Henderson in goal, already own Ryan. Oh, you're thinking of doing a double up, are you? Henderson. It's got to be. I'd rather have Henderson, more guaranteed of clean sheets. Yeah, I agree with Coolio 2-foot there. That, why do people make such a big deal about 1-match bans? It's just 1 match. Bench the player till the following game week. Rahit, how can I join the Champions League? Just go into, if you're part of the Discord, go into the Discord poll vote section and it will be there. Evening, James. Hi, Steve-O. Thinking about Vardy, Abraham, Rashford. Essentially, Rashford over Jimenez as a differential. I already own Martial. It would be a United double up. We looked at Rashford earlier on. I wouldn't bother, to be honest with you. That's just me personally. I wouldn't bother. I think 8.6 is a bit too expensive. Cheers, Flyer. Take it easy, pal. And Greasy Trumpets going as well. Yeah, recuperate, recover. Hudson-Odoi smashes it in, and it's come to nothing. Not had a great game, Hudson-Odoi, to be honest with you. Will he ever score? Yeah, so I'd rather have what I've already got. In fact, Hudson-Odoi is actually coming off the pitch. I wonder who's coming on for him. That's the question. And it's talking of Rashford, it is Marcus Rashford. Yeah, just recuperate, Greasy Trumpet, and make sure that you make sure that you get plenty of nutritional value foods down your gob, basically, to help you recover. Gravy Dave asking, is Charlie Taylor, this is a Burnley first choice? The simple point is that the simple point is this, is that Sean Dyche is very, very loyal to his team, and if they perform well, he will not. Oh, KOSOVO on the attack in the. I'm not going to say the line. Say the line, Bard. But again, for any Simpsons fans out there, you'll appreciate that. But for I would say that Charlie Taylor is probably first choice, to be honest with you. Darren Walsh, 84 people are in the chat, 10 people sending in messages, which means 74 people are spying. Well, all the people that are spying, hello there. They're probably just listening. And to be completely honest with you, I think if somebody else, in fact, funny enough, Planet FPL was supposed to be doing a live stream, but they're now going to be doing it for the Wales game. But whatever, if somebody else was live streaming now that I watch, I wouldn't be writing in the comments whatsoever. I would just be watching the game while listening into the individual that's doing the actual podcast itself. So I'm not really fussed about whatever. The fact that 84 people are even bloody watching this is extraordinary, to be got this on. Just blows my mind, to be honest with you. But this has just been an absolute... I mean, there's, 30 minutes left plus stoppage time. So let's just say 33 minutes of this game. And England are on the attack. And oh! Sterling pulls it back and Kane's just hit the post. So I think it was Rashford that pulled the shot in. Made a good save from the KOSOVO keeper. The ball came out to Sterling. Sterling pulled it back to Kane, and then Kane hit the post. Do you really know? Oxlade-Chamberlain on the ball, Rashford on it, and now it's been cleared by KOSOVO. Tyrone Mings, all the way back to Tyrone Mings. Oh, Oxlade-Chamberlain. Oh dear. That's awful. Charlie, I think you may be right. You may be right, Charlie. Trent just can't seem to perform. That was awful, Trent. Oh, so actually it was Chilwell that got the shot, and it was actually Rashford that set it up for him. And then, yeah, that Kane... Come on, let it be 2-0. If it ends 2-0, I'll make a profit. That's all I care about. Money. But like I say, this has been an absolute pants of a game. The Cape FPL is saying, listening whilst working on a project. If you want to elaborate on what that... project is, by all means, it will give me something to talk about at least. God, that's awful. Darren Walsh, a Gameweek 38 Elite FPL meetup in London to watch the final. To be completely honest with you, I would love to basically do a live stream from somewhere. I don't know where in London it would be. I mean, it would be, I don't know, wherever pub has some decent, what's the word? Acoustics is the word I'm looking for. But certainly, I mean, one of the biggest influences, one of the bigger influences for me when it comes to live streaming / podcasting is Planet FPL, and their live shows from a pub wherever it is. They're just fantastic. They really are wonderful. And I've got this image in my mind of one day where me and Jason are doing a live stream from a particular pub, and all you guys are part of it, and we all get your... Just, let's be brutally honest here, just stealing the idea from Planet FPL, to be honest with you, but it's just such a fantastic notion of doing that. It'd be absolutely great. It is quite funny how big the channel has grown over the last year. I mean, to put in perspective, people won't know. If you're not a member, if you're not a paid member, you won't know this, but I did a members only video the other day about the fact that we've hit 3,000 subs and what I see the future as of being for Elite FPL, and what I expect from what will happen with the more popular this channel grows, and obviously the growth itself. And I'm not going to lie, I did go off on a major tangent about trolls and the fact that the bigger you get, the more trolls you get, blah blah blah, but whatever. And it is quite insane that on July the 6th, I watched a stream which, by pure coincidence, is the first stream that's been uploaded to this particular podcast app that I use. And at the time, so in July the 6th, we had, what was it? I think it was like something like 763 subscribers. You fast forward 4 months and we're up to 3,000, It's ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous. And even then, on July the 6th, we'd only just, and I mean just, started Discord. We'd only just gone live with it. That's how quick the turnaround has been from myself and Jason, and of course you guys, over the past 4 months. It's crazy to think it's only been 4 months. The growth of this channel, it's crazy. People talking about Willian. I mean, he's somebody that, of course, I believe. I don't know if Show Me the Mane's actually got him still. Did he get rid of him? So Show Me the Mane is somebody that actually, he certainly owned Willian. I'm assuming he still has actually still got him, but no, he sold him. Wow. When did he sell him then? I'm assuming it was this week. Or you know what I mean, the week. Gameweek 11 he sold Willian. Right, okay, fair enough. He's certainly somebody worth looking at. He's guaranteed to be playing for, oh, here's Rashford. He's in the box. And I'm not going to say it, but yeah, nothing's come about it. So moving on to Willian. Like I said, he's guaranteed to start. He's 7.1. A very, very respectable amount of returns, to be fair. Since game week 7, 10, 8, 3, 12, 2, 7. 2 goals, 3 assists. And ever since game week 10, basically, at 7.1. It's like, I think it was Chelsea Flyer said, you just can't have everybody. And I'm not going to be bringing in Willian for any of these guys here, especially if I'm playing a 3-4-3 formation. Again, if I was playing a 3-5-2, certainly, but I'm pretty happy with having Vardy, Jimenez and Abraham as my strike force for now. Darren Walsh, what rank are you in the world then? I mean, you're tongue in cheek saying that you could potentially be a number 1 this season. Let's hear what your rank is. That'll be good. But yeah, this game's at 68 minutes. It's 1-0 to England. Wow, the ball has been pushed out. KOSOVO on the attack. And Pope collects it relatively comfortably here. I've got to say though, this has got to be the quietest the chat has ever been. Which is crazy. The Don's saying that I'm planning on having a very strong bench. Oh, Gravy Dave is listening in while he's watching the F1. When does the F1 finish? But this game has got 1-0, maybe. I mean, I don't want to jinx myself here, but it looks like I've won my bet. I don't want to jinx it, but it looks like I've won my bet unless England score. Well, KOSOVO are here and it's been cleared away, but it's still on the left-hand side of the penalty. Now it's back into the England penalty box. Will this come to anything? Still KOSOVO there. It's in the England penalty area. Switched outside. Pulled out and it's gone completely out. It's awful. Yeah, unless England score 3 goals, which is possible in the next 20 minutes, or KOSOVO score twice, or score 2 goals in the next 20 minutes, it looks like I've actually won money. At least something going right this year. Well, you say that, Bilal. If Kosovo, if it ends 1-1, I win money, mate. So it's if it ends 2-1 to Kosovo, yeah. Laptop out the window. Darren Walsh is 100k. It's still a very, very good rank. I was listening to Andy of Let's Talk FPL's pod with Planet FPL, and they did a little collaboration. I wish the podcast was longer, to be honest with you, but it doesn't matter. They did a little collaboration, and Andy made a point about them, and he's stating the blinking obvious, to be honest with you, but he made a point about the fact that at the end of the day, the points at this time of the season are so close, especially this year. They're so tight that, I mean, 100k is just an absolutely fantastic rank. Really, really is a awesome rank, to be honest with you. Sheridan saying, I've bet on England to score over 1.5 goals. Coolio 2-foots. Minus 88. You've taken 88. Whoa. Oh, Mason Mounts on everybody. You've taken 88 points worth of hits. That's half of what Jason's done. Wow. Uncle Juicy TV, did I see Full Gear? The simple answer is Jaden. Steve, I'm at a 500k. Would you say I can break into the top 100? Yes, easily. You could get into the top 50,000. Did I watch Full Gear? For anybody that doesn't have a clue what that is, Full Gear was the AEW first pay-per-view that they held. I didn't watch it fully due to the fact that, let's be honest here, tightwads like me can't be bothered to spend X amount of money on a fight app, $4.99 a month. I'm still dubious on AEW. Still isn't grabbing me to say you have to subscribe to something in which you need to pay for it. I'm still personally wanting some decent storylines. Now, don't get me wrong, the Jericho Cody storyline is, here we are, 4-on-4 at the moment for England. It's come to nothing. Come on, get your drinks. But yeah, AEW still isn't grabbing me. Don't get me wrong, the wrestling is just ludicrous. It's absolutely amazing. But I found the Kenny Omega versus John Moxley. I just thought this is just ludicrous. I actually thought they were taking the. I actually thought it was a parody of ECW, and I just felt that. My goodness, is that? Cheers, Nikhil. Thanks for joining us. Good. Another hoops. If you win the Cash League or Champions League, are you going to start calling yourself Le Champion? No, I just found that the death match between Kenny Omega and Moxley was just a joke. Like, it's the second they brought out that, it's just ridiculous, that huge, steel, whatever it was, covered in barbed wire. And I was just like, yeah, this is just over the top. And then when the match didn't end there, and then he did his flaming, virtually a finisher through that glass panel, and it still didn't end. And then they go to the ring, and John Moxley rips up the flaming boarding and everything, and it was just a wooden ring. Oh, Kosovo are in here, don't concede. Oh, thank goodness for that. It's gone out for a corner. 75 minutes, and that's when I panicked for the first time. But yeah, once they exposed the wooden ring and everything, and there was about 500 million DDTs on that, and it still didn't end. I was just like, you've lost me. This is what made me grab to AEW was the fact that it was, like they always say, portraying a real kind of sports-like. What a terrible corner. Awful. A real-life sports-based entertainment. But that match was just ludicrous. I thought the Cody Rhodes Chris Jericho match was superb. I thought that was really, really good. I thought the tag match between SCU, and I've completely forgotten the others. The Lucha, was it the Lucha? I'm trying to think now. Who was it again? Was it a three-way? You're gonna have to remind me. You'll have to remind me if it was a three-way on Full Gear. SCU, the Lucha Brothers, and two others. And was it Private Party? Was that it? But I'm pretty sure that was it. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Lord Fellaini, watching paint dry is more interesting than watching England get... Yeah, I completely agree with you. Completely agree with you. I just find them so... I haven't enjoyed international football for quite literally years. In fact, I'll be honest with you, I think it's because of FPL. Because I'm just so invested in FPL, I just don't give a damn about international football. Gravy Dave making a point. Dynamite was a good watch this week. Jericho is at another level. Oh, the bit with MJF. I just got really annoyed at that. I got it. I understood what they were doing. I was just getting sick to death of it. Just get on with it. Although, I'll tell you what I do like about AEW is the use of swearing. I think they're very, very clever with that. They're only allowed to use a few swear words. But when it's quite obvious that they go off script. But they're not really scripted. They've just given... What's really good about AEW is that their promos are all just what it should be. Bullet points, not scripted like WWE. And I do like the fact that when they do go off script, that they do drop the odd swear word in. It's just really good context as to why they do it. Oh, it's 2-0. Sterling assist. And it's Harry Kane, of course, with his 3,000th goal for England. Oh dear. Is it going to end 4? Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. I doubt that, Bilal. If only you live streamed during England versus Montenegro, even more people would have... I don't care about how many people watch this. I couldn't care less if I was doing this in front of one person. Who were your favourite WWF or WWE wrestlers of all time? Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's right up there. Austin. The Rock. I did like Big Show in the 2000 era, but essentially between January and April 2000, when Big Show was the big nasty B. He was absolutely an absolute freak of nature. That was when he was at his... That was going to be 3 then. Alexander Arnold pulling in the cross. Kane getting a slight toe to it, but come to absolutely nothing. I really want England to get one more goal. I need them to get one more goal. Come on, England. So yeah, Austin, Rock, CM Punk I really, really liked. Oh, is Harry Kane? Is he going to get me my 3rd? Nope. It's gone out for a corner though. An England corner. the last 10 minutes, it looks like we're going to get the most action in the game. It's only taken 80 minutes. But Daniel Bryan, I really do appreciate. Some of the guys in NXT, I've always liked. Have I forgotten his name? Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, their matches, literally WTF. They were extraordinary for NXT. They were some of the best matches I've ever seen in a wrestling ring. And KOSOVO are going to make the final change. FPL tips. I need another goal, so that means that I'll make money. That's as simple as it gets. I just need one more goal just to be God, yeah, Manchester Reds. Good evening. Ridiculous. Tyson. I don't even watch any of it, and when I saw Tyson Fury had gone into this Saudi Arabia, he got paid I think it was 11 or 12 million for that. He got paid $11 million for that. Just let that settle in for a second there. Saudi Arabia paid him £11 million, whatever, for that. Just absolutely ridiculous. Paulie making the point that his favourites were Chris Jericho and the Hardy Boys. Certainly when doing my history, Sterling puts it through to... Oi! Oh, God. It's 3-0. Rashford has just scored and... It's going to end 4-0, isn't it? It's going to end... How have Kosovo given up now? Useless. This is when you're going to see me exactly just getting really annoyed. Sterling with the assist. Manchester Reds saying that I need 4 goals. Oh, I did various bets, FPL tips, but 3-0 is my last opportunity now to win money. And if it doesn't end 3-0, I've lost. What a waste of money. Oh, Manchester Reds. I betted England to score over 3.1 goals. Oh, Trent Alexander-Arnold's coming off. On comes Tomori. Sheridan, I told you not to sleep on Rashford. Well, if you're willing to spend 8.6... Oh, is that what happened? Bilal saying that 11 million for pretending to knock out Strowman. I did not know that. Is that all he did? Jesus. I do remember the funny story. The funny story from Big Show when Floyd Mayweather was in it. And to be fair, that match at WrestleMania was actually really, really well done. To be fair, that was a really well done match. But anyway, whether you're aware or not, but Big Show behind the scenes basically said, look, you need to break my nose. And Floyd Mayweather was basically like, you what? I'm not breaking your nose. And he went, no. To make this authentic, make it real, you need to punch me in my face and break my nose. And Floyd was like, all right then. And then on this particular Raw or SmackDown, whatever it was, Big Show was held down. This is just hilarious. And Floyd Mayweather, he punched him, broke his nose, and basically Big Show got up and basically chased him, and that was real. And Big Show said legitimately, if he had caught Floyd Mayweather, he said he would have killed him, and he was being absolutely serious. No joking around. He would have killed him. Could you imagine that? Just crazy. But FPL tips making the point. Am I crazy having no Leicester attack in my team? Yes, you are. I mean, only owning one is bad enough, but not owning any, I think, is crazy. Oh, of course it was. I mean, Bilal making a point. He knocked out Strowman with one punch. Reports afterwards said it was fake. Well, obviously. Logic thinking suggests one punch to a man of Strowman's stature would not knock him out. Yeah. Well, you say that. A trained boxer would... I mean, you've got to remember, isn't Tyson Fury bigger than Strowman as well? But a trained boxer, in Tyson Fury's case, would easily be able to knock out anybody. But obviously, it was a fake punch. They're not going to They're not going to. Oh no! England through and. What was I saying about it being KOSOVO and no mugs? To be fair, this game has been absolutely awful, and it doesn't represent 3-0. 3-0's being kind. Yeah, exactly. Anyone can be knocked out, being smacked on the chin, exactly. But no, I think going back to what FPL Tips is talking about, having no Leicester, I think it's just, having no Leicester at all is just crazy. Lord Fellaini making a point here. I loved it when Mankind fell off the cage versus Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell. I still find that fascinating. I think they called it. I think the story goes that they called it on top of the cage itself. They both agreed when they were up on the top. Mankind, Mick Foley, whatever, said to Undertaker, "Throw me off." And when you watch it, you can pretty much see that it's like, well, if we don't do it now, we're never going to do it. And Undertaker just extraordinary. That the whole context of that match is just amazing. The amount of, well, punishment that Mick Foley, Mankind, whatever, took in that match was just absolutely mental. Dislocated shoulder, tooth through his flaming jaw. Just horrific. Amazing. It's an extraordinary match to watch as well. What match would I have with Jason? A tables, ladders, chairs match? That's a good question. What match would I have with Jason? It definitely wouldn't be an Iron Man match, and for anybody who doesn't have a clue what I'm talking about, an Iron Man match is an hour long because over the long term, Jason always seems to beat me, so that's pointless. It'll have to be a short match, so let's call it a tables match, where all I've got to do is put Jason through a table and that's it, done. Be done with him. I've beaten him for once. But we're going to be coming up to a close to the end of this game at the moment. It's 88 minutes. It's 3-0 to England. Rashford, Kane and Winks with the goals. Sterling, Oxlade-Chamberlain, and I can't even think who got the assist for the other one with the assists. Ryan Sheen's only one goal left for my 4-0 to stand. Come on! I'm just praying it just just ends now. Please, end now, for goodness sake. Dale, good evening there. And do a bra and panties match. £7 if I win on this bet. If I win, of course. Oh, England on the attack again. Flaming hell, just clear it. Pity's sake. Lord Fellaini saying that buried alive matches were insane. Really boring. I found it just always about the oh no, that was the casket matches. Buried alive matches are just, I find anything to do with, you know, essentially burying someone, so in a casket match or a, oh, for pity's sake. One mistake. Fucking hell. It's ridiculous. One slip and he's in and he's gone 4-0. Useless. It doesn't matter now, Ryan. I've just seen me. I've lost it. 4-0. Pathetic. One slip. Absolutely ludicrous. And Mason Mount scored. Harry Kane with the assist. Not like flaming matters. Wow. Put 20 quid. Useless. Oh well. So there we are. Mason Mount finally scoring for somebody at least. He's done absolutely nothing. Here's the irony, of course. There was only 2 minutes added on as well. And that's really annoyed me. Absolutely annoying. Afternoon, Anish. Coming to the end now. My favourite W. What do you mean was Sasha Banks? What's Sasha Banks done? Although to be fair, and that's it. 4-0. One stupid mistake has cost me. Waste of time. There we are. There's the end of that stream, everybody. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for taking your time out to watch this Kosovo England FPL live stream. Essentially watching me getting annoyed at the fact that England went and won 4-0. Pathetic. Anyway, all I will say is let's just quickly finish with the admin, the boring bits. If you've enjoyed this, just simply hit the like button when you're leaving. If you are brand new around here and you've enjoyed the content, I don't know why you would, but just simply hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter at Elite FPL, at Elite FPL on Instagram as well. Other than that, I have nothing other to say than thank you for joining us, and me and Jason will see you. And good evening, Jason. I'll see you live in the chat there, and we will see you on Thursday, I believe, unless Jason decides to do an impromptu stream, which I very much doubt he will, but you never know. Stay tuned on Twitter as ever, and of course in the Discord as well. Other than that, cheers for joining in, and I will see you, and along with Jason, on Thursday evening for previewing of Game Week 13. Cheers, guys. Take it easy.